So my name is Josie Villa, and I completed a career in HR. So my whole career, 30 plus years, has been in HR. I decided to pursue the master's degree because I really wanted more of the foundational aspect of OD, right? There was a lot of change happening in the company that I worked for, and so I felt that that would be beneficial. And I was actually doing some research for some work that we were doing at the lab, and found someone who graduated from fielding. It was a paper that they had written, and that's kind of how I started getting interested in looking at fielding, because I was looking at other universities, a lot of the online universities, and I was looking for something that I could do online, because it was kind of during the pandemic that all of that happened. And so I found fielding, and I really resonated with the social justice aspect of the university, and I could get the program done in 1 year. And I knew it was going to be hard, but I wanted to just be able to get into a program and get out, and then just again continue working. So
I'm Amy Allen, and I have worked in nonprofits my whole career. I've been an executive director of foundations, a development officer, and I felt like my whole job, everything I was doing was OD. We're changing behavior, we're helping people, do different things, learn about different things. And so when I looked at ODL, I thought, oh my gosh, this is what I am doing, and I didn't know it. So I really wanted to have a master's degree and move forward and do consulting and coaching. And I've already worked on the coaching portion of it. And so I looked at a lot of different schools online, whether, all of them, you name it, and I've looked at it. And I really wanted a program that I could get done in a year. I knew it was a condensed version, and that we really had to dive in and do the work, but I wanted it done in 1 year, and that's why I chose fielding. I had no idea what to expect, not at all. I mean, I'm older. We're older. We'll put us both in there. We're older. And I didn't know what to expect, and it was fabulous. It was fun, and they were kind, and they helped me get through that learning curve of how do I do this, how do I log on, what programs do I look for, what are your expectations, and they just guided us through it so seamlessly. It was really good.
yeah.
It was fabulous. I'm so glad that I was with fielding, because they were accommodating, helpful, responsive, usually, for the most part. Everybody was, whether it was financial aid or the library or the instructors, everybody was very helpful.
Yeah. Remind me of the question again.
Tell us about your experience.
Oh, yes, my experience, huh? I loved it. Oh my gosh. What did I love about my experience at fielding? I think I liked the classroom sizes. They were smaller.
Ours was
right?
really
Smaller
small.
cohorts.
Really small.
And so you felt like you just got more individual attention.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like I could just build relationships much easier. We were able to build some great relationships with all of our cohort. Just being able to work on different projects together.
I feel so lucky that our cohort was small.
Yeah.
I know that the one maybe before us and after us was much larger, but yeah, we got a lot of individual attention.
We did, and the professors, when you needed to talk with them about something that was going on, you just felt like you could. They were very approachable, and I really appreciated that about the professors at fielding, is that they just felt very, very approachable, and they're practitioners, which I think is really important. I in my undergrad, a lot of the professors were career professors, and they didn't know what it was like in the real world, because I was going to school and working full time. Right.
It wasn't just theory based.
Right.
They had the practical experience that they would share with us. They would
Yes.
tell us about the clients they're working with, not anything that was confidential, but they'd share their experience with us and help us work through some of the questions we had in real life.
Yeah, and you could definitely tell the difference between somebody who's a practitioner and somebody who isn't. When they're trying to say, well, this is how it would be, and you're like, okay, I live in the real world.
That's really not how it is.
It's not how that would go. So, yeah, love that. Yeah.
Well, okay, so I had just moved to a small town, taken a new job, and I was a new empty nester. So I thought I would have all the time in the world to do school. And I, in my mind, I had the right plan, the right place, and then so many things happened during that year. If somebody had told me, I would be changing jobs and moving to a new community and having surgery, I never would have went to school, which just tells you that it's never really the right time, but it is the right time. Just do it. Everything worked out. I was able to do the job and my new job and go to school. And if I had any issues or needed help with anything, we just had to let the instructor know. But really, we just did it. We just dove in and we helped each other. We'd call each other and we would email and just get through it.
Yeah, I think for me, when I started my fielding journey, I was working full time. And during that program, I decided to leave work and wanted to kind of venture out on my own because I wanted to do consulting full time. And so I had the good fortune, I consider it good fortune, that I had the study time, right? I mean, I didn't work after I left my job, and I just really focused on my studies. And certainly I felt more prepared, right? Because I felt like I had the good study time. My children are adults, and so they're, I'm an empty nester. I have my husband and myself. And so, yeah, I mean, I felt like I had the good fortune to have the space that I needed to be able to really absorb the content and again, complete that degree. Well,
Oh, I'm gonna cry.
the friendship that I had with you was totally unexpected.
Can't go there.
And couldn't have survived without it, right? So that was one of the great things. Being able to do our capstone with a real client. That was exciting.
Yeah.
It was scary, right? Really scary, but it was really exciting. And, we got to choose
Right, who are going to work with.
whether we wanted to do it with a current employer or whether, they have a list of clients that we could select from, people that were looking for.
Right, if we didn't have one.
Right, right. And so I had the great fortune of working with Savvy Health, which is a clinic for the uninsured. And I met a wonderful woman, the executive director there, and we just had a really great relationship. And it wasn't what I expected, but I made the best of that situation and felt like I was able to contribute something for them.
For me, one of the best outcomes was that my self-esteem is better. I started school thinking, oh, this is gonna be so hard, and I didn't feel like I had the experience to add to the conversation, even though I have years of work experience. And so I would sit back and listen, and then I had the confidence to come forward and start saying what I thought. And in the end, I think everybody's self-esteem increased because our knowledge increased, and we were in a safe to talk about whatever we needed to talk about. But it really mattered to go through the whole program
and
to realize,
enriching.
We can learn at this age. We can continue learning, continue friendships, and we have something to add to the conversation.
Yeah. Well, and everybody was coming from different backgrounds, which was really,
It was fabulous.
Yeah, to be able to have the different experiences that everybody has.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we had a diverse
That
cohort.
was really great.
Really.
Yeah. Yeah. Because, you're not the know-it-all, right? There's not a bunch of HR people in the room. It was really great to be able to hear different perspectives and really hear some of the challenges that some of them have in their jobs. It was amazing.
Well, and I live in rural Minnesota. There's not a lot of diversity. So this online course helped me learn in so many ways. It was enriching, and it's exactly what I wanted. It really was. Oh, yeah.
Oh, you think it was worth it, Amy?
Yes. Gosh, yes. And you can do it. You really can. You come out with friendships, and you feel good about yourself, and you have a degree, and you really can do it. Yeah, you can.
Yeah, it was totally worth it. I was worried in the beginning that 1 year, 7-week sprints, that
was
goes
perfect.
by really fast.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted a 1-year program, but it was totally worth the time that we spent, the challenges that we went through, the hardships, there were a few of those. And so, it was an amazing experience. I am so glad that I decided that fielding was the place for me.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that you could also, I don't know if you need to know this, but I liked that you could write, or you could submit audio, or you could submit video. They gave you the freedom and the flexibility to be creative in how you did your schoolwork.
Yeah.
So that if you wanted to just pop on camera and answer the questions, you could, or you could write them. And I like that.
Yeah, I thought that was really good because it really does help round out how you communicate, right? Because sometimes you'll be communicating maybe in a video chat or something like that. There's so much online now. You can do seminars online and things like that. So I think that having done that, okay, you guys need to do a 5-minute video, and then learning how to be succinct in all of those things, I think really helped for me expand my methods of communication and being, concise and to the point when you need to be.
Yeah, we used a lot of different modalities and a lot of different, we communicated in a lot of ways.
Yeah. And I love the research aspect of it.
Yeah,
I don't know, maybe I'm strange or weird or
I do
whatever.
too.
I love research papers and I love to read about the research that people are doing.
And I like to create all the other stuff. So we were a really good team because we could bring all the information, and Josie's going to dive in with a lot of information, but then we could pull it back out and, change it up the way we needed to.
Well, and that's the other thing when you said that. That's the other thing is that we all play to our strengths. When we're working in a team, sometimes it can be challenging, right? Because maybe
time zones.
Yeah,
right there.
We're all in different time zones. But we all play to our strength. If someone's a great writer, great, I'll do the writing, right?
Somebody wants to create it or do the PowerPoint presentation or put it all together and use different organizational skills. We did that in our teams as well.
Yeah. Yeah, that was fun.
Thank God she's a writer. Just saying. Just do it. Just do it. Don't be afraid.
Yeah.
Really.
That was probably one of my biggest things is overcoming fear. Would I be able to do it? Would I be able to dedicate the time? Would I give up? And you just do it.
Did you ever want to give up?
I don't know that I did.
I did.
I don't know that I did.
There was a brief moment. I'm like, I can't do this. It was surgery.
Right.
I can't do this, and I thought, I am going to do this because if I stop, I know I won't do it, and I'm not a quitter.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I think
did
I
it.
didn't want to because this was a new community for me, and it was a very supportive community.
It's true.
And
That's
it was
true.
something I really needed when I left my job. And so, yeah. So, I don't regret that part of it. I would do it again. I'm not going for my PhD.
No.
I'm done. I'm done.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Lifelong friends.
yes, and that's what I love about this is that I found a lifelong friend. That's super cool.